What's up, everybody? This is So Says Jay. Welcome to the Aussie Suns podcast. Top 3 podcast out there in Suns Nation. Absolutely. Tune in, subscribe, do whatever you do.
As Chris Paul gets in, another wide open three.
Suns. Pierre Cardin. Suns.
Defers to Booker for the long range jump.
Welcome, everybody, to Season 2, Episode 24 of the Aussie Suns Fans podcast. I am Gavin. I am here with our ever-famous threesome, Nate, Boyd, and Hammo. How are we going, lads?
Hello. The champ, the fantasy champ this week. Boom.
We'll touch on some fantasy later, but
yeah,
we'll just roll straight into the week wrap. Just to make Boyd happy, 3 wins, 8 in a row now for the Suns. First game versus Minnesota, 125-116 win, 8 and 35 points, 8 and 14 rebounds, campaign 9 assists. Against Denver, 140-130 win, Book 49 points, 8 and 7 rebounds, CP3 13 assists. And today's game, which was fucking magnificent, versus the flopping, foul shooting, dirty, filthy, boring ass fucking Philadelphia 76ers. Book 35 points, 8 and 12 rebounds. Chris Paul, 14 assists. How'd you see the week, Hammo?
man, I thought it was pretty damn good. You know, last week I picked a loss to the Nuggets, and I just thought it was going to be pressure of win fatigue. But no, I'm really ecstatic, man. We're doing so well. I'm pretty sure we're only 1 win off the record, 2 wins off breaking it. So we spoke about it last week, and man, ever since we started this pod, we've just had history around us, and I fucking love it.
Boyd?
Yeah, man, we 2 MVP candidates 1 week. Man, a statement week for D Book and his supporting cast in his 2 and 3 guys, and it'll be Chris Paul and DA, were just fucking phenomenal. But yeah, look, I really tough week. Chris Paul seemed to reacclimate to the squad like fucking immediately, which was just unbelievable. Usually there's a couple of games ramp up, and it was just seamless, man. Really good week of basketball for the Suns.
Nate?
Can't really add much more to it. It was a great week. Great seeing CP3 back. In my Insta feed, the one clip just keeps popping up of Chris Paul where he's dribbling through the key and he passes it round the back to himself, right in the middle of the key, and just pulls up. It's popped up a few times on repeat. So that's been good watching that.
So I spent a lot of today watching back a lot of our early episodes in this series, and I've decided I talk way too much. So all I'm going to say is this side really enjoys getting towards crunch time, even if they're 14 up, allowing the opposition team to catch up and then just blowing them out in the last 5 minutes. And it's fucking good to watch as a Suns fan because we've been through a hell of a lot of bullshit for a long time.
Beautiful, man. It is absolutely beautiful.
Gav, with your checking up all the old pods and stuff today, you said that you talk way too much. Any criticism any constructive criticism for the rest of us?
Yeah, actually I do. And thank you for bringing it up. Nate's microphone in the early episodes was way too low. Hammo he just sits back, waits for his moment and comes up with some gold, and you're a fucking idiot. MVP of the week.
Glad you asked.
Enough said.
Boyd, who was your MVP this week?
Deep Booker, man.
Is that it? That's all you got for us?
Yeah.
Why do we need anything else this week?
Okay.
Yeah, well, just at the end, if anyone has anything different or fucking any rebuttal, let me know, and I'll fucking shit down.
So anyone out there in Aussie Suns fans fucking podcast land, if you have any questions about why, just send them to Boyd directly. Hammo, who was your MVP this week?
Look, I mean, we had two really, really good efforts this week.
I would have said three, but okay.
Oh, just two standouts for me personally, man. DA getting a career high of 35, brilliant. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Boyd on this one and say Book. Like 49 points is just, it may be sometimes too common, but when your consistency is 30, 25, 30, and you're just up to 49, you got to respect that. So yeah, Book for me this week.
Fair call. Nate?
Same. Booker. I did look at the DA based on the spray that I threw back in the chat through the week when Trev was having a laugh about. We almost had a 30 and 20 game from DA. I'm like, it was 14 rebounds a prick. It doesn't even close. And it's pretty good when you can have a crack at a player for having a 30, 35 more 14. So, but still Booker. Yep.
I'm going DA this week for the MVP. Mainly because we played the best three centers in the NBA this week. Cat at Minnesota, Jokic at Denver, and Embiid at Philly. And DeAndre Ayton was the better player.
That's a damn good call.
In all three games than the MVP candidates from those other teams. So I'm going with, I am going with DA, but I don't think we're wrong with Book. So Book wins the MVP this week, 3-1. But DeAndre Ayton, well done. The great thing about DA is I think he has absolutely announced now exactly what he's going to dish up come playoffs time this week. And that's bloody exciting because it means that when Nate and I travel over to Phoenix in June, we will be playing NBA finals.
Can I just say, Gav, well done on keeping it interesting and throwing a spanner in the works when everyone knows it was actually D Book who was player of the week. Given all the shit going on around him and all this fucking all this chat, he just blocked it all out and just went lights out and fucking slayed these teams. It was
He
fucking
scored
great.
143 points in the week.
Devin Booker has been slaying teams for fucking 5 years. That's what he does.
True that. But yeah, look,
True.
DeAndre Ayton has copped shit all year, and he has stood up against the best three centers in the NBA in 1 week. And
you don't reckon DA's a top? You don't think DA's a top three center?
No, I do. I absolutely do. But nobody else does. Nobody else does. And he spent a week pantsing the best centers in the NBA. So you can try and fucking cheap shot me there, Boyd. But reality is
it's a reality check. Yeah.
DA's week was huge. Defensive player of the week.
I just want to point out that he learnt the pantsing move from Sir Robert Sarver as well.
God bless Sarver.
Hammo. Defensive player of the week, Boyd.
I want to say, I'm just going to say Bridges. He just was. And look, it was a close. I thought Chris Paul did exceptional when he got back. I just don't think there was enough of there was too much of a sample size to really give it to him there. But some really, really key steals at key moments for CP in the clutch there. And I just thought it was put him right up there, even though he didn't play the full suite of games in the week. But yeah, Bridges absolutely fucking all over these guys. I'd like to see an update on that stat with how many kilometers or miles he's run.
That's Nate's stat. Nate, look that up.
Oh, he did? Fuck. All right, cool. Yeah, well, carry on.
I'm going near it.
Who
Defensive player's got to be Bridges, though. We're rolling into the awards part of it. So, Booker wants to lock up MVP. Bridges wants to lock up Defensive Player of the Year. I'm not going to change my vote. That's how it looks. Go out and prove it, boys. Keep doing what you're doing.
I'm just going to go a little bit different. Call it voter fatigue. Call it what you will. Quite torn this week between two, but I'm going to go with JaVale, just because the usual stuff, that the stuff you don't see in the numbers, what he actually does on the court. He will be my defensive player of the week, with a very close second and just nudged out being Jay Crowder.
It's hard to be wrong when you got one of the best, or what are we, top 2 or 3 defensive squad in the league.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good passages of defensive play from this team, and I think there was a game there where what's his name, Buggerlugs, fucking McGee got four blocks, was it 4 or 5 blocks, and it was only short minutes, just real good energy spurts. So I can see that part of it. It's probably not the right pick, Hammo, but do your thing, man.
No, you're talking about everyone best defensive team. Even Booker had an incredibly awesome defensive game.
He did.
You know, picking passes off everywhere. Rebound.
We all say Bridges, it ain't going to be fun.
Really valid points, Mikal Bridges. Next, encouragement award. Let's go with you, Hammo, first.
My encouragement award for this week is going to go to our main man, CP3, for absolutely sticking it to the 76ers bench. Fuck you. You're useless. You've always been useless. Even Chuck worked it out. That's why he came to us, despite the stories. But yeah, no, good on you, CP3. Give it to the Sixers, man. They had you. They did fuck all. Give it to them. Encouraged.
Boyd.
It'll go to the PHNX pod after the Will Smith slapped the lights out of Chris Rock today, and they put up a like a meme thing with Will Smith smacking what's his name, and some I can't remember the exact wording. I think it was the 2022 Lakers or something like that.
2022, and Chris Rock was the Lakers.
Yeah. It was that, and I actually put one of them up myself on Twitter, which was I thought it was brilliant. But yeah, good on you, PHNX pod. It was great.
Well, it's good to see you encouraging him after you basically slandered Espo on our special edition with So Says Jay.
I nearly slandered fucking Espo again today on that exact same front when he started defending fucking Chris Rock. No, I wasn't defending him. He was talking down what Will Smith did, and I'm all for it. So
yeah,
I was about to say fuck off, Espo, but then I thought, nah. No. I don't want to get banned off Twitter. I'm a freak.
It's probably good you didn't, because you're wrong. Nate?
I'm going to be very specific with my encouragement award. Dean Stoyer, Chief Marketing and Comms Officer for the Phoenix Suns. Gav tells us that you have actually watched the pod and he's been in touch with you. So let's say, hope you're watching now. Please get back to Gav. See you soon. We're coming, buddy.
Wait, did he actually confirm watching, Gav?
Yeah. He told us he's all over it. So, Dean,
he's up there with
Nate
Ben
said,
Simmons, KD's top 3 burner accounts.
Dean, we're coming, and you have all my encouragement, award and all. I'll get one
Dean,
made up and I'll
are
bring
coming.
it with me.
So fire up. Get back to me. We're not that far away now. It's only a couple of months. My encouragement award this week goes to every other team in the NBA outside of the Phoenix Suns. Guys, keep drawing, keep giving dirty fouls, keep being a piece of shit, because clearly by now you haven't worked out that shit fires our team up. Philly, Doc Rivers went into a pregame and went, oh, Devin Booker's the best player in the world. And within 3 minutes, your bench mouthed off at him. And what did he do? 22 points in the first quarter. Then you went, oh, Chris Paul's not the greatest clutch player in the NBA. Oh, we're going to mouth off in the last quarter to Chris Paul. And you got flogged. So every other NBA team, keep mouthing off Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre. Do whatever you need to do, because it's fucking magnificent and we enjoy it. Big
Oh,
characters.
and a big encouragement to fucking Ash Shaw, who took out his fucking barbecuing thing
Yes.
over the weekend. He
Well
runner
done.
up second
Well done,
overall, I think.
Yeah, second overall, and a couple of first places with some stuff. And
He got
What was the
burgers.
name of his barbecue crew again there?
Man, check
Boyd?
it out, guys. It's called All the Smoke Barbecue.
That's it. If you're having a party and you in Victoria and you want someone to come out and cater for your party,
Amazing.
I'm thinking about just organising a party that might just be me, so that I can get Ash out just to cook food. But if you need to, All the Smoke Barbecue, hit Ash up.
How many barbecue crews is he in?
guys-
Didn't he have a moist thing going on?
No,
Yeah, he's got moist
they all
barbecue.
amalgamated to this new one, man.
If you
Okay.
say the Aussie Suns fan podcast sent you, you get half price.
Yeah, I heard that. It's 50% off if you
Yeah,
mention
Ash
the
sent-
Aussie
he
Suns
sent me
fan
a
podcast.
50% off, guaranteed.
50% off, guaranteed.
I did hear that.
And Ash will wear a mankini while he's
Ellen
fucking
Cable
cooking
sent
it up.
All right, now I'm in.
Yes.
All right, the week ahead, 3 games this week. Thursday versus Golden State, 1 p.m. Saturday versus Memphis, 11 a.m. And Monday versus OKC, 9 a.m. I keep skipping him. Let's just go straight up to Boyd.
I've got us down for 3 W's, and here is why. No, I have. So
It's
3
getting real
wins.
boring for the listeners.
Jesus.
3 wins. You don't have to. You were wrong last week when you fucking went otherwise. 3 wins. I don't see anyone being able to fucking beat us. We just took on 3 fucking juggernauts this week, and fucking did it tidily. Now we've got CP3 back with and I was talking earlier about taking a couple of games to ramp up. If his eye wasn't in the first couple, and it is now, I fucking hate to see what he's going to do to these cunts. And what's his name? Steph Curry.
There it is. Tick the
he's still
box,
out.
mate.
Sweet. I think Steph Curry's still out, and Jar might be out too, isn't he?
Oh, Jar's still out, but and
give him.
Steph basically won't be back till playoffs now.
Yeah, exactly. So them 2 guys, which I'm guessing they're the ones that you guys are fucking scared of the most.
None of us have spoken.
They're likely not playing. And if Jar is back, let him ramp up for a couple of fucking games. I don't think he'll be at his potent best.
Very good, Hammo.
Well, first of all, I'd like to follow on Boyd's sentiments. I won't say the word though, but yeah, no. Look, I think Golden State we've got. They don't really have much going at the moment. Memphis may be a bit tough, but I've got a win as well. Who was the third?
OKC.
Who?
So that's a W, right?
Yeah, right. Giddy's out, so they're done.
Nate.
Yeah, look, I got all W's. I got 11 plus at Golden State. It's a big road trip, isn't it? So they're all away games.
Yeah.
11 plus at
plus.
Golden State, 1 to 10 in Memphis, and 11 plus in OKC. I picked W's for the rest. There was a quote that Torrey Craig made in an interview. I forget where I heard it, so I can't credit anybody. It was yesterday sometime I heard it on listening something. He was quoted about how many games left they're going to continue playing like this. He's got how many are left? And the answer was 8. And he's like, well, we're going to get to 68 then. So the team they're not going to back off. They're going hard all the way to the end. And they're just going to keep cruising into playoffs. So I'm going to Boyd up, go all W's. The Memphis game I do want to watch though, because I am very interested in the Adams versus DA matchup. I just want to see how that looks.
Adams has been tearing it up lately, man. He's been fucking phenomenal.
Memphis,
He's been on my fantasy roster and he has helped me immensely.
Memphis as a whole have been sensational. Jaren Jackson is right in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year.
What have I been saying about Steven Adams for like
couldn't
a
afford
season's
him.
worth of pods now?
Hammo, we couldn't afford him.
So make it work.
Nobody told you were wrong, bro. We just couldn't afford him and whatever Boyd normally says.
People tell all day long. I just don't listen.
No, we couldn't afford him, was the comment.
So all
All
W's.
right. I don't disagree, which is why I went with Boyd first. I think we win all three of these. The team will hunt the record, I suppose, for our most wins in franchise history. And yeah, game over. That's pretty much it.
Beautiful. Let's get into the juicy shit.
Let's get to, we are dropping thumbs up, thumbs down today because we are going to hit up our awards predictions for all of the main awards for the remainder of the year. That's kind of the time of year we're in. I did go back and get most of our predictions from the start of the year. So what I'm going to do is run through each person individually, touch on who you think will win the award that I bring up, and then tell you who you picked at the start of the year.
Okay.
And we will, at the start of the year, we did them one at a time. This time we will go from start to finish and see what everyone says. So, Nate, your top line. So enjoy this.
Hit me.
Who is your end of year MVP prediction?
Prediction or my vote?
Prediction.
Yeah, so prediction, obviously I'm going to say Booker if it's my vote. Prediction, I sat there and I honestly think media's, or all the award is going to be between Embiid and Joker, and I settled on Joker.
Your defensive player of the year?
Rudy Gobert. This is prediction.
Actually, we should, I'll tell you who your start of year was, and we'll start at the start. So your start of year MVP prediction was Kevin Durant.
Yep, and look, I when we were doing the teams and everything, I put his name straight down as All NBA first team. But then I looked at the amount of games he's played. He played 47 games. So I was like, that's what does it.
That's the challenge. Your defensive player of the year was Mikal Bridges.
And he's in the conversation?
Yep. Most improved player.
Now, I reckon I put down... No, I put Tyrese Maxey down for sixth man, didn't I?
Yes.
And then he started most of the season because of Simmons. So I moved him into I would give him the award for most improved player, but I think based on everything you can read and the betting odds, they'll give it to Jar. But as far as I'm concerned, Tyrese Maxey deserves it. I did write down and underline to Darius Garland.
So your preseason tip was Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
Rookie of the year.
Oh, for me, Evan Mobley. I had Evan Mobley and Scotty Barnes and the Detroit kid all in my fantasy team, and they all absolutely blew up. But Mobley's the only one that's done it consistently from start to finish the whole season. Barnes has swayed, and Detroit was late season, sort of half season blow up. So I think Evan Mobley for me, and I think that's the way it'll go as well.
So your preseason prediction was Jalen Green.
I dropped him from my fantasy team very quickly.
Six man.
I couldn't settle on anyone for this, and because I was always going to say Tyrese Maxey, but then I was like, okay, so you actually got to find a sixth man, and then if you look at the betting, it all goes one way. Boyd, what did you call him 2 weeks ago?
Who's this?
I believe Tyler Hero is the front runner for sixth man. What did you call him? A white. What
Blake,
now? A white. What did you call him now?
Can't.
I believe it started with an S. It had a bit of an as in there.
I've had to go to a couple.
Spastic.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Flaky fucking spastic. Yeah.
And you know what? I just could not believe that Oubre Jr. is up there as a six-man, not just candidate, but like second runner. So
he's done nothing since halfway through.
He's useless. So anyway, I probably have to agree with Tyler Hero because he was called the white. What was it, Boyd? Spastic. Yeah, that's.
So there is.
You tickled me pink when you said that 2 weeks ago, brother.
We did not predict this at the start of the year, so this is just straight out. But To be honest, I think we're all going to have the same answer, but coach of the year?
Oh, Monty. And not just because I'm a homer, but because he was robbed last year. And this year, I think as much as other teams might have a coach with reasoning to go up against that, I think they have to acknowledge the 2 years running of Monty's performance and the fact that we've improved on last year. Yeah, it's got to be Monty.
Surely. NBA champs?
Duh. We're flying to America as if I'm going to predict anything else. Come on.
And I think we'll all pick the same there, but your top 4 for the East?
Oh, I didn't go into all this. I thought we were just doing awards here.
I know, but
Run around the other guys before we go through all that stuff.
I went back and watched it, so
good for you. Look, off the top of my head, I think I had Miami coming out the top of the East anyway.
No, you didn't.
They're looking pretty good there. I probably had Philly.
So as a heads up, your 4 were Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Miami, Philly.
That's looking pretty respectable.
Well, apart from Brooklyn, who's in the play-in.
They'll do fine.
Yeah, they'll get through the play-in, but yeah. And your West?
Well, I think we're definitely a bit out. I mean, I haven't actually had a quick look at
we'll
the
skip
standings.
that one. I did flag it up there. All right. And we will touch on all NBA later. Boyd.
Yo.
MVP.
MVP. I similar to Nate, I'm giving it to Book, but I think the way it sits, I think it goes to Bing Giannis.
Okay.
All right. So your preseason pick was Giannis.
Yep.
And you are still sticking with Giannis now. So well done. This was a fairly significant miss for you, Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I know. And I will go with Bridges as it stands now, and with my heart, and also I think with my head, I think he's got enough steam with enough time, even before Stephen A. Smith and some other folks started really ramping up that Bridges hype. I think he was coming out on some of them polls as first top 5, then top 3. Now he's top 2. So yeah, look, I think
5-1.
And you know what? I honestly think from a national media standpoint, there may very well be some Rudy Gobert fatigue. So I see where your vote came from, Nate. But I just feel like Bridges has got enough narrative at the moment to lock that one up.
I certainly hope.
Your preseason pick was Ben Simmons. Most improved player.
Can we focus on that miss just for a little bit longer?
If he had played, I think he would be in top 3 right now. If he
wasn't such a little bitch, he would have played.
There we go.
Is he even eligible to play playoffs?
He's not eligible to play down here at Shell Harbour.
As long as you are contracted, there is no qualification.
I know.
So if playoffs
having some fun here, trying to get Hammo worked up.
MIP. Most improved player.
Most improved player. I'm going to roll along. Now, obviously, I want to say. All right, so I'm going to say Maxi, just because of the fucking stand-up job he done with Simo not playing, and I thought he stood up really well, and I think he's. Yeah, I hope he fucking supplants fucking Harden very soon. But I think
your preseason pick was Matisse Thybulle.
I know, and that was in my heart, 100%.
Rookie of the year. Rookie
of the year, I'm going with Mobley. I think for exactly the same reason that Nate said. He's been a monster, and he's been the most consistent, I think, out of all of these rooks. I really like what Giddey done before he got injured, but again, he wasn't quite as consistent as Mobley. Mobley's doing fucking big boy shit, right? He's doing mature man stuff, and yeah, he's impressive.
Your preseason pick was Josh Giddey. Sixth man of the year.
And I picked Cam Johnson here, I believe.
You did.
And I am going to bada boom. I'm just going to say I don't know, sixth man of the year.
The minute you look at the betting on it, it's hard to like think of anything else because it's just a whitewash for favorite.
The betting fucks it. It's
not even a cent over $1 in favor anymore.
Tyler Hero.
The white. What's his face? You said.
Yeah, the fucking yeah.
He's absolute lock, unfortunately, but
just give me not Tyler Hero. I'm just going to stick with my Cam Johnson.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, what he deserves a damn good looking. And
you got a fair good argument for that
with Boyd all season
really
about whether or not he should start, right?
He has had a fucking massive leap this year.
Yeah,
and
Huge.
guess what?
Huge.
Guess what? Cam Payne has also had a massive leap this season. I think
he disappeared for a while though.
Yeah, he did. But he was also injured a bit too. But he came in and he held up fucking number one, the number one spot for us while Chris Paul was out for them 15 games, and we looked really good. 14, 16 assists.
A little bit of help from Aaron Holiday.
A guy.
Little bit.
Coach of the year,
Monty.
And the NBA champions,
Phoenix Suns, my man.
All right, Hammo, MVP.
Can't remember what I picked then. More than likely Kevin Durant, but I'll pick Booker now.
Your tip at the start of the year was Kevin Durant. Defensive player of the year.
I more than likely would have chose Rudy Gobert, but I will go with Mikal Bridges now.
You chose Joel Embiid. Most improved player.
This one's a doozy because I actually put money on this one. I actually went with Lonzo Ball.
Yes, you did.
And that fucked itself right in the nose.
But who are you picking now?
Now, most improved. I'm going to go with Cam Johnson, man. Yeah, why not? Honestly, he really has stepped up.
Rookie of the year?
I think I chose Jalen Green, but my heart was with Josh Giddey up until a couple of days ago until he got injured, and I had money on Josh Giddey, so it's one of those two.
So which one is it?
I think I chose Jalen Green. I'm still going with Josh Giddey.
You chose Josh Giddey, and you are sticking with Josh Giddey. Sixth man of the year.
Probably chose something dumb like Lou Williams or Chris Middleton.
Nope.
All right. Well, I'll probably go with Chris Middleton. No. Sixth man of the year. Jeez. What did I have written down for this? I really don't remember.
I've just pulled up Ladbrokes and had a look what I actually bet on after you said that.
Let me tell you right now that the person you picked cannot and will not win.
Seems about right.
Yeah, well, I went with Nate and I looked at the betting odds, and Hero would be the obvious prediction for now. I honestly can't remember who I picked at the start of the season.
So, Hero, you picked Derrick Rose.
Wow.
Coach of the year.
Oh, it's got to be Monty.
And I'm assuming that the champs are Phoenix.
The Phoenix Suns. Just to be clear.
So, for me, the end of the year MVP, I chose Kevin Durant earlier in the year. I do agree with what Nate said earlier. I don't think that Booker will win it, even though he deserves it. So I think they will go with Embiid as the MVP for the year. Defensive Player of the Year, I actually picked DeAndre Ayton. So I think the winner comes from the same team, but it'll be Mikal Bridges. Most improved player, I picked Tyrese Maxey. I think that the most improved player will be Ja Morant, which is an absolute load of shit. Because as soon as you are in the MVP discussion, you should not be a most improved player. And the player who should win it is Darius Garland from Cleveland.
That's a damn good call, though, eh?
It was. I'm glad we're on the same page there, Gav.
The Rookie of the Year, I chose Jalen Green because the funny thing was watching the episode was the most times Nate and I have agreed on shit ever. And it made me sick again at the end of the year. But I'm also going to agree with his change here and go Evan Mobley as the Rookie of the Year. I think the closest will be Kate Cunningham. But I think that the lack of respect for what Scotty Barnes has done in Toronto this year is pretty poor as well. Honestly, he's clearly top three with Evan Mobley and Cade. My sixth man of the year, I am the same as Nate. I think watching the betting, there's no way that Tyler Hero doesn't win it. But again, I'm not sure what sort of impact that has when they're 13 games behind the Phoenix Suns and Cam Johnson's been sensational. Coach of the Year is Monty and the champs are Phoenix. And I could not find our win predictions for the year, which is unfortunate. But I did find one, and I want to give a shout out to Hammo, because Hammo's prediction for the year was 66-16. And we are only 4 games away from that with 7 games to go. So, Hammo, I reckon you're in the box seat there, 66-16. That's pretty damn close to where we're going to end up, I reckon.
Man, I don't want to say I'm the biggest fan and the person that has the most faith, but, you put the numbers out there, so let's just continue.
All right. So you guys, do you want to readdress our predictions for the top 4 in the East and West?
I don't remember who mine were.
We don't need to predict how they finish now, but let's just touch on it. Okay. So, Nate.
Going back, I think I had, was it Phoenix, Golden State, Denver, and Dallas?
So Nate's top 4 for the East was Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Miami, and Philly.
Yeah.
Not too far off. At the moment, Boston on top of the East, but equal with Miami. And your predictions for the West were Phoenix, Denver, Dallas, and Utah.
Okay, right.
So not far off. I think the only miss you have is Utah and Golden State.
Yeah, well, yeah. Although both of them,
no. That's
Golden State's
true.
at 3rd and
Golden State's 3rd. You didn't have them in, and you had Denver and
Phoenix, Dallas, Utah, Denver,
and Memphis is actually in place of Denver.
Yeah.
Boyd had for the East.
Can we go back to my comment about the LA Lakers though? Preseason prediction was they'd be in the play-in tournament.
Yes.
At the moment, they're going to be lucky to hold on to a spot in the play-in tournament.
It absolutely was. Boyd, you had Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Boston, and Miami for the East. So pretty close. You got 3 out of 4 there. And you had Phoenix, Denver, Utah, and Golden State. So you've got 3 out of 4 there too.
Not bad. It's all a crapshoot though, isn't it?
Hammo had Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Miami, and Chicago in the top 4. And Phoenix, Utah, Golden State, and Dallas. So 3 out of 4 there, Hammer. Not bad.
Horrible.
I had I had probably the worst predictions out of everybody. Well, overall, my predictions were okay, but I had one team in each which were fucking disgusting. So in the East, I had Milwaukee, Miami, Brooklyn, and Atlanta. And Atlanta,
Ron Collins, eh?
fucking horrible. And I had Denver, Phoenix, the Lakers, and Golden State. So, yeah, the Lakers are fucking
shit show. Hey, while we're talking about that shit show, can I just jump in with something completely unscripted? It's just a shit on Bron cutaway while we can. A mate of mine texts me because I'm not on Twitter, so I rely on other people to text me when something interesting pops up on Twitter. And this Kenny Beecham at KOT4Q did a 1 minute thing this afternoon apparently on Twitter, and he went and looked at post game when the teams all put a graphic with the score of the game on Twitter. And so the Lakers have put a lot of losing graphics up. He was challenged that LeBron is never the image in the losing graphic. And he's like, has this guy got it in his contract that he can't be the graphic, he can't be the center of a graphic if they've had an L? So he went back through the Lakers Twitter and he went back and he said there's 43 losses. And out of the 43 graphics, not one was LeBron. And he said out of the wins that they did have, 10 of the winning graphics were LeBron.
That's the truth, though, isn't it? It's like,
how many of the
you're
losing
on the
graphics
news.
were Russell Westbrook?
I did actually jot it down. Russell Westbrook was the second highest. He was the second highest of the wins. 9. So he was 9. LeBron was 10. Westbrook was 9. Then it went down to Melo at 3. And then there's not a lot more wins to talk about. But Malik Monk was the face of the most losses.
Oh, no. The only young bloke they have.
He's probably their best player.
The only young bloke they have, and they buried him.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry for that cutaway. I just thought that was really amusing. I was looking for a chance to drop that in. So.
Very nice.
Perfect.
So, Hammo, do what you need to do.
Sorry, mate.
I'm going to talk about the biggest misses, and I will say Nate and Hammo, there was nothing I could find from you two, mainly because you're both fence sitters who are fucking weak.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
But the biggest misses was Boyd in our early pods.
No.
Boyd in our early pod said that Chris Paul, the exact words, Chris Paul this season will lose a step or 4.
Ooh.
In defense, I would have said.
No,
well, even still, you'd be wrong.
The word for word was
no. I know what I said. And go back and listen to it again if you'd like.
I did. I listened to it today. Chris Paul will lose a step or 4. Is what you said.
Go listen to it properly, because I said, and I want this guy signed again. I said I was referencing him losing a step in defense. Dickhead.
Come on, we all know context isn't Gav's strong point, all right?
No, it's not.
He throws this shit around to wind you up.
He hears what he wants.
It took me so friggin' long to edit last week's episode because of you two fuckers.
So yeah, Boyd fucked up and thought that Chris Paul would regress and be useless this year. Basically, was his words.
Somebody get Simon on this pod, will they? Jeez.
Someone, please.
Someone to stick up for Boyd. I made obviously a really stupid comment, which was that Cameron Payne would regress significantly and be overtaken by Landry Shamet. And I'm gonna own it because Cameron Payne.
Good.
Well, early in the season,
I was going to say first half of the season, you could be defending that
position. Early in the season, I thought I was on the money.
Not the Landry Shamet thing, but
not the Landry Shamet thing because he was fucking just as bad. Yeah. But I thought I was on the money. Cameron Payne in the second half of the season has been fucking fantastic. So,
and who was his biggest advocate? And who was his biggest defender? Gav,
Nate.
You probably heard that too.
No, it was Nate.
Oh, it was.
No, Nate was all over it.
He fucking
Nate
wasn't.
attacked me.
And No. It was Boyd Crawley. I went on about his contract being so good, and I remember it like it was yesterday. Sometimes I go to bed thinking about it, And all what I will give you right now, Gav,
Sometimes I go to bed thinking.
So what I will tell you right now, Gav, is very commendable of you to own your issues.
I'm gonna
own it to fabricate.
That's a different pod.
My fucking Chris Paul take.
I'm gonna own another one.
Good. Yeah, there's fucking we'll be here all night.
The second mistake I made, and look, this is the difference between me and you, is I will make it clear the mistakes I made, where you will sit there and still fucking swear black and blue that you're right, like Cam Johnson should be a starter. The second one I own is I said that Mikal Bridges could not become our number 3. I think during playoffs, DeAndre Ayton will be our number 3, but based on what has rolled out over the course of this season, Mikal Bridges is our number 3 player.
He's had a better season.
Yeah. Mikal Bridges is, it's Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Mikal Bridges.
I remember earlier on, I actually spoke to the fact that we all agreed, I think it was an after-pod discussion, how Bridges has, he looks like he's improved right across the board, but there was a time during the season where most of his stats had regressed slightly.
But still look better. Yeah.
But he still looked better. The eye test, he still looked better. I haven't double checked and double backed on that, but I wonder if that's still the case. I think
it's certainly not. He's scoring the
amazing.
ball more. He's scoring the ball more. His defensive stats have regressed, but I think that his ability to shut down what the opposition does, like from an impact point of view, is better than it ever has been. So when I say his defensive stats have regressed, he's not getting as much steals and he's not getting as many blocks. But you look at the Harden matchup today. Once again, he made James Harden look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he did.
You know, we don't often give Hammo enough credit for some of the things he says in our little chat before we come on here. But he did have a point, like, how the hell are you guys going to get this done in an hour? Because we're running real close to that now.
Okay, all right. So
and we've still got a lot to go on here.
let's go.
And I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Let's go all defensive teams. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw out everyone's predictions. Then I want you, without explanation, just to run through who your defensive teams are. And then we will potentially discuss after that. Cool. So our preseason prediction, Nate had DA and Bridges both in the second team. Boyd, DA and Bridges both in the second team. Nate had Bridges only in the second team. Hammo had Bridges only in the second team. And I had DA in the first team and Bridges in the second team. Let's start with Nate. Who are your 2 All-NBA defensive teams?
All right, so I'm going to point out all these predictions I did was before I looked at any betting. I didn't want to look at laddies or sports bet and have that skew what I looked at from the season. So again, this is my prediction based on media. They like things to be sexy, right? So some of the obvious candidates aren't going to get a look in because they're not a sexy media vote. But first team, Mikhail, Giannis, Rudy, Triple J, Bam. Second team, DeJounte Murray, Evan Mobley, Marcus Smart, Robert Williams, Joel Embiid.
Ooh, Robert Williams. Interesting.
Probably a lot of recency bias there with the way the Celtics are performing, but the name keeps popping up. So,
Boyd.
Okay, first team, I got Rudy, Giannis, Bridges, Marcus Smart, and Drew Holiday. Second team, Embiid, Draymond Green, fucking donkey, Butler, Dival, and CP3.
Hammo?
Look, I'm only going to drop the first because we're going to try and keep this short. I've got Joel, Giannis, Bridges, CP3, and Jar.
You got Jar on the defensive team. Okay, that's interesting.
Jar in the defensive team.
Well, I mean, Hammo's Hammo. We like the difference opinion. So
I do, mate.
way to bring it.
All right. So my first team is Marcus Smart, Bridges, Giannis, Gobert, and this was the thing I spent way too much time researching everything else.
The hell are you
I
going to
will
do a
go.
second team?
Jaren Jackson was my other one.
Triple J.
Team 2 would be Bam
Who's your guards?
Adebayo for
It's positionless.
It's positionless. I was going positions.
fucking positionless. It's got to be. It's a fucking joke that they don't. Drew Holiday, Derek White, and
It's just got real boring for everyone listening, Gav.
I just don't even care about the other two because Mikal Bridges is team 1. So
That's why I only went team 1.
that's those ones. All NBA, there is 3 teams, which fucking is worse. Let's go with Boyd.
Are we going to run off all first teams? Or are we going to run off all 3 teams?
Before we start the that one, does anyone want to make a passionate plea or pick holes in anyone's selections?
I mean, I feel like Jar's the easy one there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let Hammer have that.
The fact that it's positionless is my main gripe. I fucking never really pay much attention to the way the defensive teams are picked, but similar to the All NBA, there's 3 forwards and two guards. I thought anyway.
Yeah, I'm just going to point, center, and everything else.
Who was your first team? It was Rudy, Giannis, Bridges, Smart. Who was the other guy?
The other guy.
The other guy. Smart, Bridges,
all-inclusive pod.
And Triple J.
Yeah. Found that odd. Anyway,
why?
Because where's your second guard?
Bridges.
You got to know that the guards the guards got to work a lot harder in the defensive ratings to even get noticed.
Point guard, 3 wings, center. That's the way.
Okay, you got Bridges as a guard. Okay, that's right. You can do that. He's played a bit of guard. That's fine.
I know I can.
Your editing's going to be awesome, mate.
I'm not even going to bother.
All right, let's. So, are we doing All NBA 1? Because I've got 3 teams picked out, but I'm happy to go to the first team if you want, Nate.
I want all 3.
Just ring them off.
Starting now, Boyd. Go.
All right. Team 1: Embiid, Giannis, Tatum, Booker, Steph. Team 2: the Joker, Durant, LeBron, DeRozan, Morant. Team 3: DA, Cat, Butler, CJ McCollum, and CP3, with some notable omissions because I could not bring myself to put them cunts on the team.
Yeah, like who?
Luka Doncic, Trey Young, fucking
Donovan Mitchell, I'm imagining.
Donovan Mitchell, yeah. now, if Morant hadn't have fucking come to his senses and started giving Books some fucking love and some flowers, that rat-headed fucker be off the list too. God bless him. Nice
rat-headed fucking white spastic. What are we going to do with you, Boyd?
That's my 3 teams anyway.
All right, Hammo.
Once again, I'm only going to do one. My top 5 in the NBA right now.
Oh man, that's 3 teams.
Yeah, I know. But top 5 in the NBA right now. At center, I'm going to have to go with as much of a bitch that he is, Joel Embiid. I'm going to want Bridges in there. I'm going to want Book in there. Oh, man, you can fill the rest in with role players. It really doesn't matter.
Glad you
Really
took
doesn't.
This, glad you took this seriously.
Here's a
Nate,
picture of a fence coming away. Yep.
yeah.
Look, I didn't really go with. I went with Point Book as my guard entry for All NBA Team 1. So I've got Booker, Tatum, Giannis, Embiid, and Joker. I know that's a lot of bigs, but it's hard to ignore the MVP race when you're looking at that All NBA first team. Second team, Chris Paul, Luka Doncic, Ja Morant, LeBron James, DeMar DeRozan. Third team, Rudy Gobert, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, and Kat.
All right. Nice. I have got my team 1 is Ja, Devin Booker, Giannis, and I think that NBA media will play this as much as they can. So Jokic and Embiid in team 1.
You got 6, have you?
5. Ja, Book, Giannis, Jokic, Embiid.
So it's the same
got more
five as
than
mine,
me,
except
mate.
you
He's
switched
doing
Tatum.
well.
You switched Tatum out for Ja.
Team 2, I have CP3, Steph, Tatum, LeBron, and Gobert. Team 3, I have Luka, Trae, DeRozan, Durant, and Kat. And basically, Durant's team 3 because of the amount of games he's missed.
I had him
he's
here
still-
as team 3, but I put a line through it because he only played 47 games.
Yeah, he still
today.
owned those 47 games. So
Yeah.
that's my 3 teams.
All right.
Yeah, I'll just say I'm obviously not happy with the spuds you guys put in there, the guys that we shall not name. And I'm not happy with fucking Hammo after being told to fucking get some lists together, not fucking putting it together.
Look,
Cheers, mate. You didn't even get the fucking
I'm
first
very
squad.
sorry, guys. I'm very sorry. Let me chuck in a few more there now that I've heard everyone.
Right, no, you can't copy. You just fucking don't water it down even further, Hammo.
You didn't even get 5, Hammo.
Yeah, I know.
Said you're going to chuck in a couple of role players into the All NBA team. Come on, dude.
Don't need any more. Where's
LeBron
Isaiah
James
Thomas
said it.
when you need him?
LeBron James said it, Hammo. Be better.
I don't give a fucking ounce of anything to that fucking Razzie Award winning motherfucker is going to say. Worst actor in Hollywood. Way to go, LeBron. We always knew you were the worst fucking basketballer.
Hey,
Next.
seriously, we're still waiting. Who you got?
Yeah, let's
Move on.
Let's save me some editing and wrap it up. For everyone still listening, we really appreciate it.
All right, so we basically touched on everything else, which is great. Last topic: Suns Fantasy League, Aussie Suns Fans Fantasy League, grand final next week. Boyd made the grand final. No one knows how, but he made it. But he's up against the juggernaut now and has to face me in the final. We know the rivalry that Boyd and I have. If we look at what the scores were last week for the week, I'm going to beat him by about 1,000 points. Boyd, is there any chance that you may give me some sort of fucking competition this week, or am I just going to walk over you like I did everyone else?
Well, look at you're talking about this week just gone. I'm pretty sure I tallied a higher point score.
Did you? Do you want to check again?
Check it.
Have a quick look, mate.
It's on my iPhone fucking studio, mate.
I scored
14.
I scored 1,477, and you scored 1,353.
1353. Oh, it must have been some
What
major
league are you guys playing?
injury issues. I don't know, man. This is my second go around doing fantasy, and I'm fucking killing it, man. And oi,
Well, I play in the categories league, so it's obviously
No.
whatever you guys are
You
doing.
were killing it. Now you're about to run into the juggernaut.
We'll see. I got you, man. I got you.
Do you know it's gonna?
I'm
be
like the Phoenix
fucking-
Suns. I've fluked my way to the
Honestly,
fucking final. Right?
coming into a final, there is no one in that competition that I felt like that I wanted to beat more on the last weekend than you. This is like the Lakers playing us in the first round of playoffs.
You understand, Gav,
wanted
that
to beat anyone
you
else.
started this pod by saying, I acknowledge I talk too much, and then you slotted in a segment at the end purely so you could talk some more.
About Boyd, though.
I think I seeded higher than you too going into the playoffs too, mate. So just don't get too cocky because I got something for you. I got some shit going down tomorrow morning.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to you moving your 4 moves for the week tomorrow morning. Enjoy that.
Thank you.
Yes, well, gentlemen, I took my
Final
league
wrap
out.
up, Nate. What do you got? Last comments, Nate?
My comments, my fantasy league, mate. I just took out our comp. I'm about $900 richer today because finished in first place, and my team is called Brightside. Kudos to Dave King for that one. That's
We don't care about your fantasy, Nate. We don't.
I also won 2 other comps today, Nate, and ended up at not that much. That's $900 is pretty good. I'm like $500 up. I'm pretty happy. But after I pocket the win against Boyd, that's even though I won't win money, it's just the pleasure of getting on the pod next week and fucking slamming Boyd.
and you play with someone
last
that's
comments.
still learning the rules.
Boyd, shut up, mate. Hammo, last comments.
To all you 76ers fans out there, eat a fucking dick.
And there it is.
Boyd, last comments.
I haven't got any, mate. I do. I'm glad you've wisened up from last week and haven't fucked around with the format too much, mate. And thank you. It's been very enjoyable. Thanks.
Like, subscribe, follow, do all that sort of stuff. Follow us on Twitter. All that fun stuff. Sir Hammo clearly there. Don't follow Boyd. He speaks shit. Follow Aussie Suns fans. Don't follow Nate because he doesn't post content.
I won't know.
Get on, enjoy it. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. Great fun again. I've had a prick of a weekend, so this was fucking awesome. And we'll see you all next week.
Ciao, guys.
See you.
What's up, Aussie Suns fans? This is, I would say, top 3 podcast out there. The Aussie Suns Fan Podcast. This is terrible. I'm sorry. What's...
It's going to be a good time.
Thank you, Gavin.
Everybody else will.
Carry on, boys.